My dad was born in London, and my mother, she was born in Wallasey, which is across the Mersey that the Beatles all sing about. Frances Caroline and John William Peake, they met here, and they were married here. I was born in 1929. When I was born, the stock markets crashed, and all hell broke loose. And then they knew I was born, and it kept going down. And I've always wondered why I never asked my mother and dad. My brother is only not quite a year older than I am. How come we come so close? But you never thought of those things in the day. We moved in between the two wars. So it's approximately, right now, I guess, about 80 years. I never figured it out. It's pretty, once I get into high math, I have problems. The city was just starting to grow when we moved here. Toronto was to Toronto. You had the Scarborough, East York, Weston. They all had their own mayors. All had their own bus lines. When you got up to the Danforth, you had to transfer from Hollinger bus line in East York and Scarborough bus lines in Scarborough and onto the TTC. It cost you extra. East York, once you got up past halfway up Woodbine Avenue, you were hitting farm. There was nothing once you got to O'Connor Drive. That was all farm. I once worked at a farm at the corner of Woodbine and O'Connor Drive, and I got $1.25 a day for picking potatoes. And East York was a wonderful place, and then it was, once you walked up Woodbine Avenue, you were in the country. There's a headline in the paper, "Bridge to Nowhere," and that was the O'Connor Drive Bridge. They went across that bridge, and the only thing over there was a mushroom farm on O'Connor Drive, and it stunk to high heaven. There's fields and BABs. That's Bare Ass Beach for you people who have never swam in the nude in the Don River. You could swim in Lake Ontario then. You know, the sewage plant at the corner at the bottom of Coxwell, it used to overflow when you had a good rain, and it wasn't bacteria going there into Q Beach enough. It was just raw poop. The depression was great. There was horse and wagon. You could jump to ride the back of the wagons, and it was the beginning of the car era. You knew every new car that was come out. Nobody took you to school like they do nowadays. You would have shot your mother if she wanted to walk you to school. You wouldn't dare. I lived in East York. You went to school you couldn't get to school by yourself, then you're not going to go with your mother and father. There wasn't as much organized stuff. You didn't have football fields to play in. You made it up as you went along. The Leafs were winning. It was a good time to live. You played hockey on the street. You played in the parks until the cops would come and chase you off the street. Or in those days, in the wintertime, if you made too much noise, they'd move you. In those days, when you were a kid, it was a wonderful time to live.